That was dicey at halftime for the Ravens, and then by the end of the game, not dicey at all. Okay, we see you, Baltimore. We see you. We see you getting better week after week after week, and then taking out the San Francisco 49ers, taking out the Dolphins, now taking out the Texans. And that was really impressive in the second half. Whatever Wheaties, verbal Wheaties that John Harbaugh served up at halftime, and whatever Wheaties they may have eaten at halftime, they just put the pedal to the metal and told the Texans and Stroud and D'Amico Ryans and that young team, not today. And Lamar Jackson played in the second half like the MVP that he is. Running two in, throwing one in. Isaiah Likely with yet another touchdown. He's been their touchdown maker over the last month. And now it looks like Mark Andrews is going to come back. So just add a Pro Bowl tight end to this mix. As the Ravens, wait for it, I can't believe this is true, but I looked at it. In their Super Bowl years, they made the Super Bowl in 2000 with Billick and Trent Dilfer and Ray and everybody on the defense. And then in 2012 with John Harbaugh and that Ravens team with Ray and everybody else and Flacco, they won their championship games on the road. And the years that they made the championship game under Harbaugh and couldn't make it, they were on the road. So this is going to be the first AFC championship game the Baltimore Ravens have ever hosted, ever, since coming into being. And that crowd that got the Texans offensive line a bit jumpy and pre-snap penalties all over the place for the AFC South champs. That crowd's going to be in full throat, taking on either the Bills or the Chiefs in the AFC championship game. And the last time the Ravens played the Bills was in 2022, and Buffalo won that game. And as we all know, Buffalo eliminated the Ravens in the COVID year of 2020 in the divisional round, which prior to today was the furthest Lamar had ever gotten in his NFL playoff career. They're going to the AFC Championship game potentially against the Bills team that they have played once before in the playoffs. As for the Chiefs, if they're the ones who come, Lamar's last game against the Chiefs, the Ravens' last game against Kansas City, was 2021 when Lamar beat the Chiefs for the very first time. He's 1-3 against them. They've never played each other in the playoffs. So, I mean, MVP candidates all over the lot, from obviously Josh Allen against Lamar potentially, and then Lamar against Mahomes, who was, the MVP of last year's Super Bowl and previous season. And it's really going to be an outstanding AFC championship game and a tough hill to climb against the Ravens if they're going to play defense like that and the crowd's going to be as loud as that, and then Lamar is going to be as two-way threatening as he appears to be. Running game, 200 yards on the ground. Even Dalvin Cook got 22 yards, which I looked it up, is more than 10 of his 15 games playing with the Jets this year. And so Dalvin Cook's been added to this mix. Mark Andrews coming back. Ravens fans, you have got to be feeling really good. And as you might imagine, who's got it better than you? Potentially nobody. On to the night game. Divisional playoff weekend is off with quite the start. And to Texans fans out there, future's bright. Future is very bright. CJ Stroud is the real deal. So is your coach. So is the defense. I don't think this is going to be an outlier. I think you're in good shape. The battle has been joined in the AFC South and potentially the AFC. But right now, that conference is led by the top seed in Baltimore, getting set to welcome in last year's Super Bowl champs, or this year's hot team. The Bills would be going in with a 7-game winning streak. Woof. Congrats, Ravens fans. That was something else.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.